Now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Yellow. Hey, Sunday, on Sunday, on Sunday, on Sunday.
Now a man who really came on late last year, it's Damian Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 12 at the 17-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on second and 12. On the toss, here's Williams. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On third and long, it's Mahomes. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Colts will go on offense here, first and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
That time, Juan Thornhill, the rookie from Virginia, batting it away. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. They go play action with Brissett. Finds his big tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. They'll step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. First and 5. Going jet sweep. Here's Campbell. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Now he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Nyheim Hines with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain.
Motion. Hey, Mike's 50. Wild Bill.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Strip that ball.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake, but I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
Check 99. 59. I'm on. Alert 3. Zoom. Get him on.
First down, Brissett. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. The 20, 10, touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT, and it's now 21-0. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked by Pierre Desir. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
At the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
50 to Mike. It's a party now. It's a 6.
They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Campbell making the catch. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it is stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. Normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
Chiefs, nothing.
Yellow. Let's go, Lonnie. 15.
On first down, Williams. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Yellow.
Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you.
On second and 11 now, Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Tim Williams showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. This for his running back, McCoy. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 9-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
49. Check 49. Check 49.
Hunt. 64. Wait.
On play action, Brissett. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Alert. 3 down. Spot.
It's 3rd and long for Brissett. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Nice job by Juan Thornhill there to get a hand in and break up the play.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
At their own 36-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And now it's second down, but here's the field goal team out onto the field. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Yellow.
58's the mic. 58's the mic. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. Big edge. Check. Crunch.
Collect.
Slam.
Throwing again on second down. Mahomes. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
Kansas City Chiefs first down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Let's go, baby. Let's turn over. Get that ball.
They'll run on first down. Williams. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's second and 4. Well, with Damian Williams, it's notable that the Chiefs didn't make a play to go after a big-time running back in the offseason. The coaching staff said back in May they didn't want running back by committee. They trusted Williams to be their starter. You remember last year he was forced into the starting role the final 3 games of the season due to attrition, and he really excelled. And then he was excellent in the playoffs against the Colts and Patriots. Strong indicator that he was ready to be the bell cow.
58's the mic. 58's the mic.
On second down, Williams. A 3-yard pickup on second and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on third and a little more than a yard.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Mahomes going to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Pierre Desir. The tight end Kelsey was the intended target.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Brissett sets to throw it. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing, Brissett. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. 23 yards on the play. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
22, jet cover. 22.
Out of the gun, Brissett. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Preston Williams with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as his guys continue to pour it on. Vinatieri now for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. Kelsey, such a valuable part of this offense. Made the Pro Bowl the last 4 seasons. 2018 being the most productive when he went over 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns, and a great relationship between he and Pat Mahomes off the field. Very good friends, attended a bunch of high-profile sporting events together in the offseason, and that chemistry, it certainly shows on the field. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. the penalty. It's Williams. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And that's intercepted. It's Darius Leonard, the 2018 Defensive Rookie of the Year. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
59. Mike to 59. We ain't giving up nothing today.
On first down, Mack. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It was Reggie Ragland who got him down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
I'm coming. Hey, we got tight left.
Even. 4 down. Even. Check. Right stone. Travel.
Mike 50.
On second down now, it's Hines. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Nyheim Hines with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And thanks to the interception, the Colts offense cashes in with 6. Vinatieri now to tack on the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Colts 42, Chiefs nothing. Vinatieri sets the kickoff.
And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Nicole Hartman on the return. The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes us 2nd and 9. Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 40. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
That's what I'm talking about, boy. That's what I'm
This
talking
D
about.
wanting to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Not today.
Off the draw, here's Williams. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 3rd down just got a lot tougher. That will officially go as a loss of 7.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. To throw, it's Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a 1st down. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. And going deep for Hill. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
Gain of 13 yards. And the Colts 1st down.
Down. 18 Gator.
They gonna need some therapy after this.
On 1st down, they'll stay with Mack on the ground. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I don't even know why this team showed up.
Check 26. Check 26. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
Now it's Hines. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
And it's third down.
And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first.
Pick it up, pick it up. Pick it up.
53's the Mike. 53, check 53.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Mike, 53. 53, Mike. That's what I do.
From the gun, here's Bissett. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. One heck of a third down conversion, 33 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Going jet sweep. Here's Campbell. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell, his second touchdown of the night as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
You know, in golf, they often talk about playing the course and not worrying about what the other players are doing, what their scores are. That's essentially what we're seeing from this offense. They're just having fun and doing what they feel like doing today.
Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT, and the lead will swell by one more. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Yellow.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because...
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Marlon Mack, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And thanks to the interception, the Colts offense cashes in with 6.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, Just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's Mahomes to throw. He's got it to Williams. And he'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice safe throw and a good one.
And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Yellow.
All day, baby, all day. Motion, motion, motion.
Mahomes now on 1st down. And nearly intercepted. That would have been a hat trick, his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Watch the screen.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
The Chiefs on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Take 4.
Yellow.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Yellow.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
They'll run on 1st down. Williams. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Another carry, same story. 4th quarter, and he is in red numbers right now with a running game.
Hard to believe because you figure at some point you break off a run. But in this case, what we're seeing is just pure domination by the defense. I think it started with the scouting report. They got into what they were doing offensively, into their mindset, and now they're beating them to the punch on every snap.
I these 2.
I got him.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching.
This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 6th touchdown of the season. And it may only be for pride now, but the Chiefs get a bit closer. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that?
And nothing but daylight ahead. The 30, past the 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell, 76 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now here's Mahomes. And that's intercepted. It's Darius Leonard, the 2018 Defensive Rookie of the Year. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah.
Yellow.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. It's a loss of 7, and now it's 3rd down. The Chiefs on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 11. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
It's 4th down.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Kansas City. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Fielded at the 20. There he goes, right side. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, it certainly feels like that kind of game, doesn't it? No matter what they do, it's going to work. That might be the absolute crusher right there. A punt return for a touchdown.
Feels like there's been a lot of crushers in this game. This lead just gets bigger. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT, and the lead will swell by 1 more. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time.
He's got daylight. 20, 10, and somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. That's going to set them back 5 yards. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Brings up second and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Here we go, D. Here I come. Here I come.
Here's Hines. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Yards on the play. And it's third down.
Now on third down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs.
I'm going to run you over.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Third and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down.
First down, Indianapolis.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Colts, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew.